Howdy, I'm Grey Pilgrim. Well, I want to talk about something, period in history, from about the year 1890 until the start of World War I. And during that time, all kinds of ideas on the development of firearms was being developed all over Europe and the US. And during that time, a lot of guns came out that were just a little quirky or just downright weird. And they're all various designs of guns. And in no particular order, I just thought I'd show one. This is an 1892 French service revolver. By the way, this particular gun, one of its claims to fame, do you ever watch a guy on YouTube called The History Guy? I watch him all the time. I'm a sort of a history nerd. But anyway, he was talking about the attempted assassination of Benito Mussolini back around 1920 something. And it seems that a royal aristocrat, the younger sister of the Lord Protector, I guess you'd call it, of Ireland, back when Ireland was still being run by the British, she was one of the upper crust hoity-toities, unmarried, I guess in her 50s at the time, something like that. And she I don't know why, but she decided she didn't like Mussolini. So she was going to either assassinate him or the Pope. So she's wandering through the crowds at a rally of some kind, and she gets within a few feet of Mussolini and pulls out an 1892 French service revolver and shoots at him. And the first shot she took put a hole in his nose. And then tried to shoot a second shot, but the gun jammed. This shoots an 8mm round, very similar to the 32 H&R Magnum. Very underpowered for its time. But what I found weird about it, other than that little trivia, by the way, she died in 1956, I think, in a lunatic asylum. If you want to disassemble this thing, what you do is you pull the side plate off. Oh, come on, side plate. You'd be nice. And the grip comes off. The side plate comes out. And there's the innards. I just find it very fascinating that you can take it apart and look inside and see all of the lock work of the thing. It's just a beautiful piece of craftsmanship and engineering, in my opinion. And the grips, when it's all back together again, the thing just plain looks sleek and wonderful, I think. You know, it's there. Boy. Just want to get it back together so I don't break anything. Anyway, that's the tale of the French service revolver, or part of the tale. Other ones I have. 1907, the Rothsteyr. This was developed by an engineer in what became later the Czechoslovakia. His name was Karl Krenke. It was developed by the Steyr Works and was manufactured there. And the financier Charles Roth paid for it. So it's known as the Rothsteyr, but usually referred to as the Roth Krenke by collectors these days. It's also an 8mm, a semi-automatic. No other gun was ever chambered in this cartridge, but it's got this bolt thing. Remember, at that time, Browning had the patent on throughout Europe and most of America on the slide, and there's 1900. And because of that, people would go all out of their way to do things that didn't include a slide as such. They had a reciprocating bolt or some other system. And this was Karl Krenke's. The intricate parts in this, if you look back, I did a video about it once. No, I think twice, in which I discussed all of the parts, and I took the whole thing apart. And it's the thing is just unbelievably complex inside. More machining. If you were making this today, the machine work put into this thing, the thing would probably cost about 10 grand or more. I mean, they're just, and by the way, it has a bizarre trigger that in a lot of ways reminds me of a Glock. At that time, America was coming up with some pretty weird designs. This is the 1907 Savage. It's a, like the Rothsteyr, it uses a rotating barrel as a hesitation blowback system. Another one, this is the misnamed Warner Infallible. This is a, oh, excuse me, this one. wrong pistol, this one. This is a Warner Infallible. What its real claim to fame is that it's flat on bottom and you can actually stand it up. But the other thing about a Warner is the way it works is you see these two pins on the rear of it. Those are the locking system. And when the, again, because at the time Browning held the patent, when the cocking piece comes back, it's supposed to catch right here. Well, if you have it half assembled, there's only a small little piece of metal holding the bolt in place. And if you're shooting it, that bolt will come back and hit you straight in the face. It's not a very good design, but its name was the Infallible. Warner was the name of a company in New York City that ran a sporting goods store, and he had been importing the Schwarzlose, which I don't have here, which is another weird design. I think Ian McCollum owns one, and he did a video about it once. The Schwarzlose is a blow forward, and the parts on this, a lot of them came from the collection of Schwarzloses that Warner had bought from him in pieces, because Schwarzlose went under, and Warner got all of the parts and stuff because he'd been basically having them made for him. And but he didn't get the design for the whole Schwarzlose, so he commissioned another fellow to design a gun, say, take these parts and make something I can sell. And this is what he came up with. Also at that time, 1907 was a big year. This was made by a fellow in Germany. I forget, I think it's a Schmeiser that made this. This is called the 1907 Dreyse. It has nothing to do with von Dreyse, who invented the needle gun, but the company that made it still held Dreyse as a trademark and put it on this gun. A couple of things it's famous for. One is the takedown on it, in which the whole thing latches up like this. Also, it also does not have a slide. You grab the front of the pistol and push back. Oh, this one's got a really strong spring to cock it. It's a very, just making sure it was unloaded. It's a very strange design. One of the things that is claimed to fame to this thing is that a fellow by the name of Manfred von Richthofen carried one like this as a hideout gun with a Luger on his belt. And when he was shot down, he had a Dreyse on him. It was picked up immediately by some souvenir hunter and has not been seen since. But anyway, these are just the ones in my collection of strange and weird guns from that period, about 1890 until maybe 1914-ish. Designs that were designed mainly for the civilian and some for the military market, but designed because each of the designers had some quirky, bizarre design idea or patent, and not necessarily being driven by the exigencies of war. So, they just came up with these off the top. By the time World War I came along, all of the weird designs were scrapped, and they went down to the basic design of blowbacks and lock breech and whatnot to build guns that the various warring powers could use. And by the end of the war, they were all so bankrupt that nobody was designing anything new anymore. To the point where today all we have is polymer. I like the old stuff. And I think old stuff is fun. Well, anyway, that's what I wanted to talk about. Happy trails.